Hi everyone, so I'm filming this as a generic intro for my art supply inventory. This is a way for me to get to know what I actually do own. Everything that I'm showing you on camera I will have swatched. Anything that doesn't work I would have already removed. I can let you know that really the only items that were removed from my supply were a few old texters and pens that no longer worked, but I would say 99% of everything else that I have is still working and swatches and uses as it should. So I will split this up into a number of videos. I'm not sure yet how many it will be, and then maybe at the end I might just combine all the videos for anyone that wishes to watch the full inventory in one sitting. After doing this, I might compare some of my supplies. I do have a number of similar items and I really haven't used them side by side, so that's something that I think I might do. If you're interested in that, let me know. But other than that, I hope you enjoy, and if you've got any feedback or any other ideas of what you might like to see with these supplies, let me know in the comments. Other than that, enjoy. Thanks guys. So here are all the tubes of paint that I have. I'll go through them. Okay, so I'll start with these here, which are gouache from Reeves. So I'll just lay them out. All right, there we go. So I've had these for a number of years. I haven't really used much of it. I've found gouache a little bit more difficult to get right, but this is the first gouache I ever bought, and it's a student sort of quality. I didn't actually enjoy it too much, but I'll keep playing with it. I haven't used it enough really to warrant going out to buy a higher quality set, but at least I've got this to experiment with. So these are the tubes of Winsor & Newton watercolour. So this is the, and this is also Art Spectrum, but this is the Winsor & Newton Cotman, and this is their professional grade. So I prefer to mix my own colours. That's how I learnt when I first did my watercolour short course, which was the first time I ever used watercolours, which is now probably close to 20 years ago. Part of the course was to buy the primary colours and a black, so you could mix, or not even black, I think it was another blue here. So a yellow, a warm red, a cool red, a warm blue and a cool blue, and a brown, a burnt umber, except I think I've got burnt sienna here, but that was the way that the teacher sort of said to start at that stage, and that just gave you the experience of mixing your own colours without having to buy multiple tubes of paint, which aren't very cheap. And I've sort of kept that up. I've got a few extra colours in the professional line here, but I still prefer mixing my own colours because I like the differences. It can be, more difficult to keep the same colour across a bigger spectrum of the paper, but in saying that, I think it adds some creativity to the work, so I enjoy it. I have a set of Masterclass acrylic. I haven't used these. I've had these for, again, years, and I don't know how well they work because I haven't used them. But again, I did buy this set because I do enjoy mixing my own colours, and this is a really good starter set. I don't know if they still make them or not, but yeah, one day hopefully I will use them. And this is the Vinnie & Matisse acrylic. I got these for the course that I finished. Again, was the primary colours and a white to practice mixing colours and understanding the colour wheel. So really it was to mix different colours, so there was no black, but yeah, this was really fun. So I've used these obviously as part of the course, and they're probably the first acrylics I'll finish up because I've started using them. Okay, so these are water-based oil paints. These are relatively new. I think I bought them last year because I'm a bit sensitive to the thinners and things that you use with oil paints. So I just wanted to see what these were like with water. I haven't really used them yet. I'll probably start using them when it's a bit cooler here because it's summer. But even though it's raining today and there's a bit of a storm going outside, I don't feel like sitting with fumes while it's warm. So hopefully when the weather starts to get a bit cooler, I'll play around with these. Okay, here's some more acrylic paint that came with the art set that I got back in 2020, and it came with this collection of colours. I've used a little bit of them through the course when I got tired of mixing browns and blacks and just wanted to do an underpainting and just wanted the colour. So these are not too bad, but here's what I've got from here. So these are student grade acrylic. And these are the watercolour tubes that I got as the gift for Christmas from my work colleague. So I have used these, and I think they were actually surprisingly really fun to play with, which was great. So lots of colours here that I can continue to use. Okay, here's some gouache paint. Again, student quality. This is a set I bought last year, and have yet to really use it. I've swatched everything, like I said at the start of this series, but I haven't painted anything with it just yet. But eventually I will. But it's nice to have two sets of student quality gouache, and I can at least compare the two and see if I like the medium or not. Okay, so in this container I have some watercolour tubes and some oil paint tubes that are from the art studio, which were the sets that I got in 2020. And again, they're probably ones that I've only really swatched and haven't yet to really use. I may have used the watercolour. I know I haven't really used the oil paints, with the exception of when we did printmaking in the art course. I did use a few of them to get some different colours when we were doing some printmaking. Okay, so here they are all laid out. So we have the watercolour and then some oil paint. And I would love to get into some more oil painting, but where I currently am, the ventilation is really poor, and I'm also concerned because of my parrot. She's really sensitive to these type of fumes, and I don't want to get her sick either. So this location that I'm currently in isn't that friendly towards oil painting, but it's something that in the future I'd like to get more into. But for now, I'll probably stick with mainly acrylic and watercolour and gouache, but I'll see how we go. I don't want to get rid of them yet. Okay, so I recorded this yesterday but managed to delete the footage of me talking about them, but I've kept the footage of me laying them out, so I will use this instead. Here are some Jo Sonja acrylic paints that I have. I've mainly got the primary colours, as you can see, again because I prefer to mix my own colours, and I've had these for a number of years, but I do enjoy the formula of Jo Sonja's acrylics. Okay, so here's a bit more of a random collection of paints that I have. So I have some big tub of paint, black paint. It's a titanium white and some blue. I've also got a couple of the structure acrylic from Matisse. So we've got gold, silver, black, white, and then two more recent purchases were this gold and the opal dust, which I've yet to use, but I'm looking forward to it. Okay, and finally for this video, I just thought I would do a little bit of a segment for all of the like primers and oils and fixatives and everything else that goes with painting. So I have a spray adhesive, which I haven't used a great deal of, but it does come in handy for the odd thing. I've got a gloss varnish, which is good for pencil, pastel, chalk, charcoal, watercolour and ink. And then a matte fixative. I do tend to use the matte more than the gloss. A slow drying medium for mainly acrylic, and an odorless solvent for oil paints, and that's some linseed oil. That's another odorless oil solvent. Some gesso, a fixative that is good for pastel, so it's, I think I've used it once or twice many years ago now, but it let you obviously prime a canvas or a piece of paper to make it more textured for pastel, and or you could use it for other paints as well if you wanted to experiment with different finishes and techniques. But I know I got this when I was I think a student still, because sometimes buying the paper that's ideal for pastels is really expensive. And so in my mind I was like, well, if I got this, I could make any paper suitable for pastel pencil at the time. And I haven't used it for ages, so I'm assuming it still works, but I'm not sure. And I know I've also got some masking fluid somewhere here as well. I might just see if I can quickly find that too. I found them. So here's some watercolour masking fluid. This one's gone a bit yellow, so I'm not sure if it's still okay or not. We'll find out, but they're still here. So until I start using it to see if it's still working. But that's great if you want to experiment, I think mainly with watercolour. It probably works with others as well, like gouache. But I know I enjoy using it to get different effects and different colours laid upon others, so it's fun to use. And I think that's all of the solvents and other extra mediums that I have. There'll probably be one more video after this one, which will be all the items like the clay, ceramics, printmaking, maybe the papers and canvases. So one more to go after here. Thanks for watching.